Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 6th episode of Press Play Productions, where students make their own original short films. I'm your host, Colin Coyle. This week, we will look at a film that tells the story of Matt. Matt is a troubled kid trying to find happiness in his life. His girlfriend just broke up with him, and on top of that, his father left a few years ago, and he's still trying to rekindle a relationship. Let's take a look at Happiness Is. What's wrong?
I just don't love you like I used to. I can't do this anymore. We've grown apart and I can't live like this. You're living in the past.
Listen, I know I don't say it much, but I'm really proud of you, Matt. And, look, I love you, bud.
How you feeling, honey?
I'm okay. Not my best.
Hey, do you want to do something special? We can go see a band I used to listen to all the time. I know you love concerts. They're called the Bahama Mamas.
No matter how much I'd love to see them, no, I'm okay. I think I'm gonna take a walk. I think I'm gonna try and call Dad all this weekend also.
You can try, but you know how your father is.
I feel like I need to talk to him.
Okay, honey. Well, if you change your mind, feel free to holler.
I'm serious. I find it ridiculous that you are sitting here asking me this over and over. I mean, I can't have the same argument over and over and over again.
What do you want?
I just don't love you like I used to. I can't keep doing this. We've grown apart, and I can't live like this. And you're living in the past. That was incredible, man. I'm so proud of you, buddy. You know, I used to play soccer myself when I was your age, and I'm nothing like you. You're incredible. Listen, actually, I got something for you. I used to play on a team, and this is my jersey. I thought you might like it. Listen, I know I don't say it much, but I'm really proud of you, Matt. And, look, I love you, bud.
Hey, Matt, can you come here for a minute?
Hey, what is it, Mom?
Well, our conversation earlier had me worried. I'm really concerned on how you're feeling about your father. I know it's been hard on you, but it needed to be done. To help you through this, I am sending you to a therapist.
What? Why? I'm fine, Mom.
I know. I want you to be prepared for what might happen when you speak to your father. And now that Samantha's gone, I'm just worried.
I'm fine, Mom, and I don't think sending me to a therapist is entirely necessary.
Well, I already made the appointment.
Hi Matt, how are you today? Today I just wanted to talk about what's been going on. How are things at school?
No, I don't really want to do that.
Okay. Why not?
Because it's not that simple, I just don't want to flat out say that I'm sad or I hate going to school because I'll probably see my ex.
How old are you, Matt?
17.
Oh, that's a fun age. What do you like to do for fun?
I like music, and I like to go to concerts.
Okay. Why is that?
It makes me feel like I'm surrounded by people that I like and that like me.
Do you not feel like that at school?
I don't really fit in.
What about home? How do you feel there?
Not really much to say. My mom is all I got. So.
Why? Where's your father?
Well, he left probably when I was in 7th or 8th grade. I've been trying to get in touch with him ever since.
Do you remember anything specific about your father?
I remember him always wanting me to do well in soccer.
Why soccer?
Well, I liked it because my dad liked it. I really looked up to him back then. He really showed me how to work hard. And I was probably the happiest when I was with him.
Is there anything you'd still like to say to your father?
I mean, some closure would be nice.
So just like that, she just told you she doesn't want to be with you.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shock.
Well, what else did she say?
She said that I'm living in the past.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, man. Just trying to find the bright side.
That's right. Look at it like this. Every relationship is a learning experience. If she doesn't want to be with you, then who cares?
I think I just need to figure things out, I need to talk to Dad.
Do you really think it'll make everything better?
I can only try.
Dad? How you doing, bud? You're good?
So excited to hear your voice. So, I was wondering if maybe you wanted to see me. You know, we could play some soccer just like the old time.
Matt, I have to be honest. Look, Maddie, I don't think that's gonna work out. I know, I'm sorry. You're your mother's custody now. And if you saw me now, it wouldn't be the same. And I think it would be better if you just stayed with your mother. Okay? I love you too.
Well, that was Happiness Is, and I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did. Talking about the film, we have the lead actor himself, Brian Janke, and director and writer Jason Zoplin. So, Jason, talk a little bit about your inspiration behind the film, what led to the script, what kind of things happened in your life that led to the story.
Well, around the same time where I started writing the script is when I wasn't at my happiest. You know, my girlfriend broke up with me, which relates to Matt getting brokenhearted in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole life I've been trying to find a root of happiness, and part of that was from going back to soccer, because soccer was part of my life when I was little, and it was definitely a huge chunk of my childhood. And that's where it really related to Matt's character and the story throughout.
So the story really was more of a confessional, almost, sort of like a catharsis for you in writing the script.
Essentially, yes. You know, the dad aspect was mainly just an addition to the script, not really a personal aspect. But
yeah, there's nothing more sad than just adding a dad who left. That really contributes.
Very sad, but I think the whole me trying to find happiness and like meaning throughout life was definitely a major theme throughout this movie and script.
Okay. So, my question for you, Brian, given that the script was very personal in nature, almost a confessional really for Jason, how did you get in character for the film?
Well, talking to him about this before we went into it, he told me this was an adaptation of his story, and I just wanted to keep it as honest to him as possible. Really, you can see Matt has a lot of issues that a lot of people struggle with these days, you know? So getting into character, it wasn't too much of a challenge, but the challenge was keeping it honest and just exactly what he wanted. So, and I hope I did a good job of that.
Do you feel that there was any room within the character for you to put in pieces of your own life?
Oh, of course, of course. I mean, I related to Matt from the instant I picked up the script and started reading. You know, he has some aspects of his personality that I find that I have, and it wasn't too hard to get into character just because this was almost, it was me, you know? This was
Okay.
part
I
of me.
feel like one of the strengths of the film was the cinematography. It was shot very well. You guys did a very good job at conveying emotion. Like, you had shots of trees and stuff. I realized I just took away from the momentum I was building. But, like, there were pretty leaves and things like that. But it was also, you had close shots of faces to convey emotion and things like that. So to Jason, being the director, what exactly was your vision in terms of shooting the film to get across the emotion, the heavy emotion within the script?
With the help of Christopher Horton, who was the cinematographer throughout this movie, we wanted to get as much emotion from these actors as possible. And because it's not a comedy, it's like a very serious role to take on for Brian. And I wanted to capture every single emotion, every single moment possible. And with all these close-up shots and with all of these location and setting, it really added to the whole theme of the movie.
Another big thing that I feel, at least I took away from watching the movie, I'm sure you guys did as well, was the score. It was very non-traditional in terms of, it was very rock influenced, things like that. So talk a little bit about your selection for the music for the film.
So I was the main contributor to that.
Is there any role in this film in which you were not that person?
No.
Okay.
No. But the score was made by this artist named Water Me Down, and he is an acoustic singer who is in the pop punk genre. And if you know me, I'm extremely obsessed with the pop punk genre. I think his music really added to the whole idea for the movie and the whole theme and the whole mise en scène throughout the whole movie. So I think it was edgy, it was dark, and I think it added to the whole movie in that way.
I feel going back to the pretty shots of trees, which I talked about, not the best way of going, but I feel like the music, it was an excellent juxtaposition because you had it like an intense score, but it was set against backdrops of like beautiful cinematography. You have, fall and the leaves and the colors and the up close shots of people's faces. I think it was a nice juxtaposition to the intensity of the music that it really got across the level of emotionality the film had.
And also, I mean, it's like I said before, it's a serious theme, and it all goes along the lines of trying to become the person you want to be, and that's definitely not a happy or touchy. It's a very touchy subject for some people,
Personally, I thought the film was great. Great job out of both of you, especially you. I mean, you weren't in it, but you did a great job. You did everything else. But lastly, now that the film is done, it's over, it's premiered and things like that, what exactly was your favorite part of the process? I'll start with Brian.
Honestly, my favorite part was just meeting everyone and being involved in the whole thing because I kind of came into it last minute, but it was honestly one of the best decisions I've made because I met some really cool people and I got to do what I love, which is act, And
Awesome.
yeah, that was it.
Jason?
Like Brian said, everything coming together, all the friends I made, just how passionate people were in making this and how well Brian wanted to make it, and also again being a very personal film of mine, a personal script. Everything coming together made it a very happy moment for me.
That must be nice when everything comes together. Well, guys, congratulations on the film. It was great. I'm sure it's going places. And that does it for this episode of Press Play Productions. I've been your host, Colin Coyle, so please join us next time when more students show off their short films.